Welcome to a new video, part 2 on the Yamaha Blaster from 1989. This thing is a 200cc two-stroke, and last video, as you guys know, I picked it up for around 250 bucks. Actually got it on trade, but he was selling it for $250. So we picked it up. The engine was completely disassembled. I split the cases on it because it wouldn't shift properly, and we actually found out that a bolt by the shifter inside the case here was stripped out, so we retapped it, put it all back together, and it shifts perfect now. And then we put the top end on that it came with a piston and a cylinder in very good shape. Put that all back together, and we've got good compression, as you can see. Very good compression, so I'm happy with that. We still have to clean out the carburetor, and we still have to go over a couple things that we didn't have last video. So as you guys know, last video we were missing the little ball bearing between the clutch rods. So we got to put that in today. We got to take off this cover again. We got to get a new gasket for the cover. And then the brake cable is broken right here. We ordered up a new brake cable. And then the ignition was missing a key. So we ordered up a new ignition module with a key. So all those parts are over here. All ordered up from eBay. Here's the gasket for the clutch. This is the brake cable, rear brake cable. We got the ball bearings in here somewhere. Where are they? It might be in here actually. These are what the ball bearings look like for the clutch. Two little balls. And we actually ordered two just in case. And then the ignition. Where is that ignition at? This one came with a key, so we'll just quick install that. Looks like the same one, at least pretty similar. So that'll work out perfect. It's pretty sketch when you don't have a key. Looks like it was stolen or something. But yeah. Anyway, let's get going on this thing. We've got a lot to do. I want to get everything done today and start it up for the first time. That is the goal, and maybe even take it for a ride. Alright, so last video we found out that this quad did have spark, so that was one plus on it, but we don't have a key. So here's the new ignition. That's going to fit right in there. Hopefully it's the same thing. If not, we can probably just use the key from the other one. But this is kind of janky on here. See if we can get this thing off of here. And then we'll check for spark again just to make sure that the ignition switch is good to go. A lot of these cheaper ignitions, which I paid I think 15 bucks for mine, which isn't that cheap, they don't really work that well. A lot of the times the switch doesn't work. So we will see here. Alright, we've got a black and white one and then a straight black. Oop, that pulled out right there. So we gotta get black and white. That one's gonna go in there. Hooking up with the straight black right there. Seems like that's working. Let's see, we gotta take off this cap. Should fit right in here. Alright, get the key. Alright, that's on. Let's see if it has spark here. The fly's driving me crazy. Alright, let's see if we got some spark here. It is on right now, so we should have spark. Oh yeah. Oh, just got cut. Alright, now we're going to turn it off. Let's see if the spark stops now. Yep, no spark. It sparked one time, but yep. Alright, no spark. So that's good. New ignition switch is working. Alright, on to the next fix. Let's get the clutch cover off and get that ball bearing in the clutch. That's all of them. Now we gotta get the clutch pressure plate off here so that we can get to the clutch rod in there, and then we can put it back on, and then when you pull in the clutch it should engage. Right now it doesn't do anything when you pull in the clutch. This plate will come off by itself like that. And then this rod will come out. And that little ball bearing's gonna go right in there. So let's get that installed. Alright, so here's the diagram of it. And you can see this is the rod we took out. Right here, this is this rod. So you put the ball in between that rod and the other rod. So we've got the ball bearing right here. We're just gonna put that in that hole. I guess we'll find out here. Let's see if I'm pushing the clutch. Yep. Alright, let's see. I'm pulling the clutch. Clutch plates are spreading. So that is working, which is good. So that ball fixed that problem. Now we gotta get the old gasket off right here. So it doesn't look like it, but that gasket's all the way off. This is just like stained on the metal. It's like a very, very thin surface, and I don't want to dig into the metal anymore because then we will have a leak. So we're going to lather this up with some gasket maker, put the gasket right on it, and then reconnect it to the case here. We really don't want this case leaking. It's a common leak spot. Clean it off with some brake cleaner. Here, using this stuff, Ultra Gray gasket maker, high torque, Permatex. Go around the whole thing, very light layer, just so that the gasket sticks to it. Gasket right here. Let's see if it's the right one though. I don't. Yep, looks like it. Alright, let's get this carburetor cleaned out. We gotta get this out of here. Let's see if we can do that. There we go, carburetor free. Looks like it's in pretty decent shape. We'll see when we open this up. We might have to drop it in the ultrasonic cleaner for a bit. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Hopefully it's not too bad. Well, that looks pretty good in there, actually. Not too bad. A little bit of gunk, but nothing horrible. See what main jet is running in here. Here's the main jet. That was open. Running a 230 main. See what the pilot is. Just a little baby pilot. Let's see if it's clear. Ah, the pilot's even clear. Wow. 32.5 for the pilot. So far so good. Doesn't look like it's too corroded or anything in here. Try to get this guy out of here. That's a little gunked up. Good thing we're cleaning that out. Yeah, I might put that in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'll get the float off and we'll dunk this in the ultrasonic cleaner for a bit, then blow it out with the air compressor, and that should be in perfect condition. Alright, we got the rear brake caliper off. We're going to try to install the new brake line. Not really sure how this goes, never done one before, so it should be pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure what happens is you take this cap off, and then underneath there is like a little lever, and then I'm guessing the brake cable goes to that lever. Coming. A little rusty in there. There you can see the lever right here with the cable going to it. All these fancy things in here. Don't really want to take that apart. We're going to clean up some of that rust though. Get that out of here. Looks like we have to crank this out of here too. I don't know how we're supposed to get that out of there. Probably twist in. Give it some slack. Try to get that out. Alright, this whole thing just popped right out of it. And it looks like we can get the wire off now. If we have like a screwdriver or something. Let's see. Alright, I got it off. So what I did was push the wire back, push that pin through, and now we can take this, come out with it. Ouch. Alright, that's the piece we needed to get out. Open the new one. Get some of that rust off. And it came with a new gasket too for it. You can see it's pretty rusty in there. Alright, we got the caliper back on and the brake cable routed to the brake, and as you can see, it's working nicely. Check it out. So brake is working great. So another thing fixed, and the carburetor just got done in the ultrasonic cleaner. So we're gonna take that out, clean it up a bit, and then reinstall that. Alright, carburetor is all cleaned out of the ultrasonic cleaner, put back together. So we'll reinstall that and then probably try to get everything back on the quad and do the first start attempt. Alright, just hooked up the oil line to the carburetor right there. We're going to have to unplug that and see if the oil pump does work, but I'm just trying to get the oil tank hooked up here. It should go back here. Looks like, let's see if there's some connections for it back here. Looks like that goes like that. So the oil tank sits like that back here, and you can access the plug from right there. And it looks like it gets connected with a green and a black wire right there. I think we've got a couple wires up there for that. So Awesome. Let's get that all bolted up. Just looking around for the oil tank cap and I can't find it. I'm looking everywhere for it. I was hoping it would be in here somewhere, but could not find it in the bag. It wasn't in here. So I think we're missing that. Which isn't a big deal, I can just order that up, but thought this thing was complete. Let's take a look and see what's in here for an air filter. No air filter in there. Looks like we need an air filter too. So we gotta order up an air filter yet. Gotta get the gas tank on next. Alright, gas tank is on. Let's hook up the gas tank and I guess see if this thing runs. Now the gasket should be dry on the clutch. Let's do a quick oil change here. There's no oil in it at all right now. So we'll get the drain plug back in and then fill this thing up. Alright, let's add 650 milliliters of oil. This is 950 milliliters, so just 300 less. Alright, so far it looks like it's holding oil. That's good. Let's get the cap back on here. Give it a couple kicks. Alright, let's get a little 40-to-1 premix going. Alright, we've got gas going to it. The petcock's leaking a little bit, so I might try to play with that, but let's see if she starts up for the first time. Who thinks she's going to? Oh yeah. Alright, let's get some 2-stroke oil down here and see if the pump works. Let's bleed the system over here. So there's a little bleed screw right there. Let's see if we can crack that open. Looks like something's coming out. Alright, well, we've got oil going to it. Now we have to start it up and see if oil pumps out of this line right here. So I'm going to start this thing up. You guys keep an eye on that. See if we get anything pumping through there. There we go. Alright, we got some pumping through. Let's hook that back up. That's good. Alright, let's start it up again and see if that oil pump kicks in. There's a little bit of an air leak going on. I'm gonna try to find that. Alright, it runs good, but then it revs up out of nowhere like it's not getting gas. But it sounds like an air leak to me. I sprayed some carb cleaner around the carburetor and then around the flywheel over here. And it does not seem like that's doing much. So I'm not really sure where that air leak's coming from. I don't know, maybe a top end gasket's broken, or not really sure. Guess we'll have to keep on looking for it and try to find out where that air leak's coming from. Alright, we got most of the plastics on here. The little cowl that goes between here and the back fender is broken off. You can see it's right over here. So I think we're just going to leave those off for right now, unfortunately. This used to go right here. Like that, but it's all broken and doesn't really fit that well. And the one over here is kind of janky as well, so we're just going to take that off and leave that off for right now. So that's kind of the look of the quad so far. We're going to have to paint the pipe at some point with high temp paint. I didn't paint that yet. And then I think we're going to leave the plastics black, because otherwise they're going to be purple underneath there. So I don't really think it would look good with purple and a red seat. So I think we're gonna just retouch up the black plastics because I think that looks pretty good. And then we gotta get the grab bar on too. So it's got the stock grab bar. We'll probably paint that up as well. I've gotta get some more paint, but yeah, this one just goes, you gotta take the pipe off and put it behind the pipe, and then the bolt goes right through there. But it'll be nice to have the grab bar. The aftermarket one did not fit it, sitting right there. So far it's looking pretty good. Alright, so we're getting pretty close to taking this thing for a ride. We got a couple things to get from the store yet. We gotta get high temp paint. We gotta get a clamp for the carburetor down there. We gotta get a chain, an air filter, change out the back tires. That one's leaking really bad, you can hear it leak. And then a way to mount this ignition switch on here. And then a new cable. I believe this is the parking brake right here. I think it is, at least. Not 100% sure. I don't really know where this cable goes to. But it goes like that. I don't know if the old brake had a different kind of caliper on it or what, but this one doesn't look like it goes to anything. I can't find out where that goes to. So we'll have to look for that. And then I think we're gonna be all set to take this thing for a ride. Front brakes work, clutch works nice. It does have a place for high, low, and off for the lights, so we could maybe get a light for it and a tail light for it, and that will be done. But yeah, it's coming along. A lot of work piecing this thing back together, but I think it will be worth it in the end because it's already starting to look pretty good. So anyway guys, stay tuned for the first ride coming up pretty soon, and until next time, we are out.